So, to answer your question, I thought that it was extremely relatable to a large extent. Um, I personally have had experiences. I mean, they weren't. I won't say exactly the same, but a lot of the phrases or the terms or whatever Seema aunties said, I could immediately identify with, because I have been told those things before by people around me. So, and I it just I was it was good to see that somebody's actually like now the people are talking about it and bringing this in a sort of a light that it's not okay. It's funny how we've just normalized it in our lives, and that's not how it should be. It's because even till today I was like, I've accepted that this is normal, but now I'm coming to realize that it's not it doesn't need to be, and we can change that. I think we are the people who need to start these conversations to sort of change how this sort of system is sort of functioning at the moment.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so just to, I think I completely agree with both Pranati and Meera about this. I think that for a particular socio-economic group, this is certainly representative of the truth and of the reality of their experiences. But in that very fact, I think it's not actually the most accurate representation, because of the fact that the socio-economic group it represents is not the group that is the predominant one. These are all relatively well-off urban people who are living in India, or these are people who are not even living in India but are NRIs. So naturally, it is going to represent more accurately their experiences. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I think still arranged marriages in India for the most part happen through either family members or through matrimonial newspapers and ads and websites. So even the act of having the Seema auntie who goes around collecting biodatas and discussing these matters, I think is a bit unusual. Nevertheless, what they are showing about the inherent process of arranged marriage, that your family is involved, that you get to meet the other person's family, that you have to assess them quite quickly, and on the basis of, like a page that seemingly represents their personality. I think to that extent, it is very much accurate to what people actually experience. And I think on the gender issue, which I think Pranati was also saying, that she often herself has been told a lot of the comments which Seema auntie was making about the people on the show. I think to that extent also it's accurate, because that's something that I think people are being told constantly when they are part of the arranged marriage process. Even if we compare how Aparna is portrayed vis-a-vis Nadia, who is herself also an independent working woman, but there is this emphasis that there's something wrong with the way Aparna is, and that even if you want to be a modern woman, you should be a modern woman the way that Nadia is. So, she's so adjusting and she's friendly or whatever, and it doesn't hurt that there is a conventional attractiveness element also to one person, which people want to emphasize and focus on. After the show came out, almost everybody that I sort of speak to, everybody says, "Oh, Nadia was so wonderful," and we all know that these are scripted shows. It's not like any of us think that this is absolutely the truth. So to some extent, we have to acknowledge the fact that the creators of the show were also trying to portray this image of, what is the right kind of modern woman, perhaps. And I think that concern definitely exists. And also, I think it was a very unsympathetic portrayal from a feminist perspective, because I think they are wanting to create this image that if you are a strong, independent woman, then this is what you are like. Whereas in reality, I think that's not at all true for most women. Again, I don't want to generalize, but definitely I don't think that being a modern, independent working woman or a feminist or anything means that you are rude to others or completely inflexible or uncompromising. And then, of course, as Meera said, the dichotomy between how men could behave and how women were expected to behave, even within the context of the show, was, I think, problematic to that extent. Yeah.
To just add to that, I think the light that Pradyuman versus Aparna, how they were sort of portrayed in, I thought that Pradyuman was equally particular about what the kind of person that he wants, if not more, as much as. But he was not shown in the same light, and in fact, he was made to look like, you know, a boy who has all the freedom to choose, you know, from endless number of girls that his parents were like sort of, you know, bringing to meet him. So, and not once was the word like, no, he's not flexible, or any of that was used for him. But why was it the case for Aparna? So yeah, so I definitely think that bias is very apparent in the show.
I also want to add one thing to this. You know, I think you know, Tanvi, you brought up the character of Nadia, and I think that's actually a great insight into some of the mindset behind this show, because I thought Nadia's character was really interesting, because it seemed to me that what the show was trying to tell us, or certainly what it succeeded in telling me, or was that we're not against independent working women, because Nadia is all of those things too. But, you know, she has to be sweet, friendly, bubbly, accommodating. You know, it was, so in a sense, I got the sense that the intent was to show themselves as kind of feminist, but in the most superficial way. Like, yes, of course you can have a job, but it shouldn't be a job that really takes up, you know, that much of your time. Or yes, of course you can have, you know, your own points of view on things, but they should still be kind of palatable. It was trying to show a certain progressiveness, but still within a really rigid framework. And one of the things that I thought was portrayed about Nadia, you know, that was constantly being used to make the point of how likable she is how badly she wants somebody from her own community. You know, and I think that was constantly being shown to us as evidence of her accommodating, likable, traditional nature. So I think, you know, the show was in that sense reinforcing a certain stereotype about femininity. That yes, you can be working, and of course, you know, nobody's saying you can't go out and have a drink, or nobody's saying, you know, in these really superficial ways, yeah, she's very free and independent. But the minute it goes to the point where somebody like Aparna really has strong opinions on things, then it becomes a problem.